Spring in the north woods of Wisconsin. You can't beat it. I'm finally back up to the cabin. It's the end of April. Winters are long. I couldn't make it up, and I ran up here this afternoon. Like I said, it's the end of April 27th or something, and I just had to bring a load of lumber up here, and the UTV I always leave up here in the summer. These are just some 16-foot long pallets that the boys I got for nothing, and I had the boys give them a project, and it's amazing what they can accomplish when they get tasked with something. So they busted them all apart, and we used some of it for firewood, but there's a whole bunch of 2x6s in there that I'm going to use for overhangs in the back, more wood sheds and stuff like that. Just free lumber, as long as you're okay with just tearing apart the pallets, which is a lot of work, but saves a lot of money, and it's a lot of good wood to use around in here. But yeah, Uncle Keith and Alex came up a couple weeks ago and opened her up, turned the water on, because in the winter we blow out all the lines, winterize everything, because we don't come up here for a couple months because of sturgeon spearing and ice fishing and everything back home. Plus, if you don't keep up with the plowing, you cannot get in here. Adam was up like a month ago checking out his cabin, and it was 4-foot drifts in front of the driveways here. There's 18 inches of snow in the yard. So heck with it. A couple weeks ago, Keith came up, got it all ready. But now I'm up here now, and I can see it's a mess. It's spring. I forget all the leaves and sticks and just junk to clean up. But it's good to be back by the old girl here. She missed me. I missed her. And now I'm going to spend a lot of time with her, as much as I can, for the summer. But this time of year, we're also putting in boat docks and lifts and piers on Lake Winnebago. So it's going to be limited to how much time I can actually come up here. So I'm going to run up for a night here and there until we get into June, and then we should be coming up every weekend. But we have a lot of yard work to do, a lot of cleanup. I brought a new addition to the wall. We got Parker's buck from last year we got back already. Got to hang him up. I don't know if anybody's seen that video. Check it out. It was an awesome year this year, deer hunting up here. We're going to start gearing towards bear hunting again. We have one tag. Uncle Jimmer's got a tag this year, and I do have some bear bait in the shed here, but no, I'm not gonna start a bait yet. It's end of April. I think April 15th you can start them, but I don't know, I'm just getting that itch. But we'll start it some other time. As you can see, the yard is a mess. It's leaves. There's a tree down there, I don't know where that came from. Got a bunch of other trees to clean up, just leaves everywhere. So I got to have a weekend up here with the boys with the leaf blower and the rakes, and burn some brush, get rid of stuff. We have to replenish our wood supply. It dwindled fast because we used it a lot last year, the cabin, and we burnt a ton of wood. So I have some areas where we're going to get some wood. Adam's got a tree we can have. We got to replenish the wood pile over there for the campfire pit. But there's dead pine trees everywhere in the yard here. We can probably cut down, but we have a lot of work to do. As far as the cabin goes, it looks perfect in here yet. I didn't find any mice, and we have a couple traps set even in the breezeway out there. Still Christmas, I guess. That's the last time we were up here was New Year's. And we got to hang some Parker's deer. We got to find a spot up in there amongst these trophies that we have here. Just giant crivets bucks. We have all of our mediocre racks here starting to go up the wall. We'll just keep adding to it. Keith hung a few more. We got a couple from Uncle Larry, who passed away a few years ago, and I got some racks from his kids, and I put them on plaques, so they're up there. There's one there with the tag on it, another one there with the tag on it. So it's nice to have them included with the mix. The breezeway out here is looking good. I have a leak I gotta find out how to fix. It's in the roof there, but I don't see any water anywhere else. Got that wall. We put those boards up on that wall and hung some stuff out there. I want to finish this off this summer. So we have a ton of work to do, a ton, which is great. I love coming up here, and the boys love coming up here. So we're going to spend as much time as possible up here getting stuff ready. But for today, I'm going to unload the UTV, unload all that wood. I wish the boys were here to help me, because they're really good at that kind of stuff, and then I can do some other stuff. But I might take a little walk out in the woods, see what's going on. We have a turkey tag up here, I think, later in the season. I think we're only at the second season of the hunt in Wisconsin right now. I think I have like 4th, 5th, 6th. Maybe I have the 6th season up here. Find a home for him later. Plenty of room up there. The old bait shed slash walk-in cooler worked awesome last year. Hung those bears in here. Here's all of our bait. I got some sturgeon fishing poles and all of our fishing tackle from up here. I do have a bunch of bait left. I got some Mountain Dew up here, some cream, a bunch of buckets of cream, and I got, it's a barrel. There's a sack of cookies or something in the half barrel. So I do have some bait to start. No, I'm not gonna do it. I am not gonna start a bait. Of course, I gotta crack myself an old turkey neck here. It's kind of tradition. The first thing you do when you get to the cabin. Gobble. There, that was fun. Like I said, I wish the boys were here. It would have been a lot easier. But now I have plenty of 2x6s. I mean, they're long. They're 15 to 16 feet long. And some of them are 12, 13. But for any projects I want to do, I want to build a overhang off this back door here. Maybe another woodshed over there. I got to finish this woodshed. So any random projects, they're perfect because they're not as good as you buy in the store. Obviously, there's nail holes and stuff in them, but for up at the cabin, works great. So I got that done. I might go for a ride in the woods here. I got all that junk to pick up yet. I got to take to the garbage, the dump one of these days. Bait shed looks good. All that bear bait's in there. Nope. Do not start a bear bait. It's too early. Too early. Tara will kill me. There, much better. Now it feels like we're at the cabin. Oh, the smell of these buckets. Sweet. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not. Don't do it. So I did it. I started a bait end of April. I know on the way up here I had my mind made up I wasn't going to do it. Last year we started Memorial Day weekend, just one bait, and then gradually built it up from there. I got a whole slew of videos out there from last year, Parker's Quest, if you guys want to check it out, if you haven't seen them already. But I had some bait. Thought I'm gonna start on. We're up here every weekend or every week, at least a day, probably from here on out till bear season, all the way through the winter, through gun season. But figured I might as well give it a shot. It's always cool seeing the video and pictures of what we got coming in, bears in the area. Odds are there's probably gonna be a ton of bear this first month or two. Last year was like that, tons and tons of bear. Then it gets into their breeding season and they're fighting and everything. It's just kind of cool to see what's going on out there. So I ain't gonna get too crazy with making sure I bait it every week if I can't get up here, whatever. But at least there's something here, gets it established. Those bears know it. Maybe they'll randomly check it if it gets empty and I can't get back up here. But yeah, this is the infamous Tony's bait. I got my first bear here. My dad got one a couple years ago here, and then Parker got his last year here. His first bear ever. That's another video out there. Part of the old Parker's Quest series saga, I guess you'd say. So it's a proven good bait. It's always one of our best baits. And yeah, I started one. So I hung a camera, just one of my muddy cameras. It's not a cell cam, so I'll probably change them to cell cams as it gets closer to the bear season. So we kind of know what's going on, especially right before deer hunt or bear hunting, that we can see when there's bears on baits and not have to come into the baits. But for now, I'm just going to use these cheaper cameras. They worked really great last year. They took really good video, and that was pretty cool to see the video of the bears rather than the still picture. So I got it set on video. See if we can get some good footage here in the next couple weeks. When I come back up, I'll check them. I'm assuming the bait's gonna get hit, ran pretty quick, I guess. The camera's probably gonna get filled up fast if I don't come up every week, but whatever. But I got, I don't know, a couple buckets of bait in there, not even 10 gallons, and some cream, and we'll see what happens, I guess. Let the bear season begin. I just can't get enough of it. I guess that's the problem. I had a lot of fun last year. That's the most I ever put into a bear season. And I think we're going to have a tag going forward, like at least one every year, it looks like. So I'm going to make a habit of it. The boys love doing it. We love getting when we come up here baiting in the summer when we're just screwing around. Let's run out and bait quick. And it's fun to see what's around there. You'd be surprised how many bear are actually out here. So we're going to see what happens.